Hey everyone, welcome back to GogoGinni's tech channel, Cloud Agnostic Admin. Today we're diving into one of the hottest topics in cloud computing, serverless versus containers. Which one is the right choice for your next viral app? Whether you're building a new startup app or taking your business to the next level, this is a critical decision. So stick around as we break it all down. Understanding serverless and containers. Let's start by understanding what serverless and containers actually are. These two technologies often get confused, but they solve different problems. Serverless is all about abstracting away infrastructure. When you go serverless, you don't worry about servers or scaling. They're handled for you automatically. Your code runs as a function, and it only runs when needed. Think of it like a vending machine. You press a button, trigger the function, and you get your response. Popular examples of serverless platforms are AWS Lambda, Azure Functions, and Google Cloud Functions. On the other hand, containers are lightweight, portable, and self-contained environments that package your application with everything it needs to run: libraries, dependencies, and configurations. Containers ensure that your app runs consistently across different environments. Docker is a big player here, and Kubernetes helps orchestrate containers at scale. Comparing scalability and performance. With serverless, scaling is completely automatic. If your app goes viral and 1 million users hit your API, serverless functions like AWS Lambda will automatically spin up as many instances as needed to handle the load. You don't need to worry about provisioning more servers or increasing capacity. It's seamless. But here's the catch. Serverless can have cold start delays. If your function hasn't been used in a while, there can be a slight delay when it's invoked again. Now, with containers, scaling is manual or semi-automatic. Kubernetes or Docker Swarm can help scale your app based on demand, but you have more control over how and when scaling happens. Containers tend to perform better for long-running applications or when you need full control over resource allocation. There's no cold start issue here, but you'll need to handle orchestration and scaling policies yourself. So to sum up the scalability and performance comparison. Containers give you more control, but you need to manage scaling. 2. It's a trade-off between automation and control. 3. Cost analysis. All right, now onto something that's on everyone's mind: cost. Serverless operates on a pay-per-use model. You only pay for what you use. If your function runs for 2 milliseconds, you only pay for those 2 milliseconds. This can be highly cost-effective for sporadic workloads or applications with unpredictable traffic. You don't have to pay for idle resources, which is perfect for apps that have bursty traffic patterns, like a viral app that suddenly gets tons of requests. On the flip side, containers tend to have a more predictable cost structure. You typically pay for the underlying infrastructure, whether your app is fully utilizing it or not. Even if your container is sitting idle, you're paying for the server it's running on. However, if you have a consistently high traffic app, containers can be more cost-effective because you can fully utilize the compute power you're paying for. Here's a quick cost breakdown. Serverless. Ideal for applications with sporadic or unpredictable traffic. You'll save money during quiet times but might see higher costs during spikes if the app constantly scales up. Containers. Better for apps with steady traffic where you can optimize resource usage. You'll pay for the infrastructure, but you'll be able to squeeze more performance out of your resources. 4. Use cases and examples. Now let's talk about when you should use serverless and when containers might be the better choice. Serverless is perfect for applications where speed of development is a priority. If you're building a new app or prototyping and don't want to worry about infrastructure, serverless lets you focus entirely on writing code. It's also great for apps with unpredictable traffic. Imagine your app goes viral and suddenly you have 100,000 new users overnight. Serverless can handle that traffic surge effortlessly. On the other hand, containers shine when you need fine-grained control over your application's environment. If your app has long-running processes, complex microservices architecture, or requires special libraries and tools, containers give you the flexibility to manage that. Companies like Netflix and Airbnb use containers to manage large-scale microservices environments. Here are some real-world examples. Serverless. Imagine an app that sends push notifications when a certain event happens, like a viral tweet or a stock price change. Serverless would be perfect here since these events happen randomly and the app only needs to run briefly. Containers. Now think about a more complex app like a streaming service with multiple back-end microservices. Containers make more sense because you need each microservice to be isolated but work together seamlessly. So, to wrap things up, choose serverless if your app is event-driven, needs rapid scaling, and you want to focus purely on development without managing infrastructure. Choose containers if you need fine-grained control over your application environment, have long-running services, or a more complex architecture like microservices. Both serverless and containers are incredibly powerful tools, but the right choice depends on your app's needs. So before diving in, think about your app's traffic patterns, cost considerations, and performance requirements. Thanks for watching. If you found this helpful, make sure to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell for more tech updates, cloud tips, and DevOps strategies. Let us know in the comments which one you prefer for your app, serverless or containers. See you in the next video.